A Chinese J-15 fighter jet reportedly locked its weapons radar on Japan's F-15 aircraft not once, but twice during tense encounters near Okinawa. The incidents underscored growing friction and rising military tension between the two nations in the East China Sea. According to Japan's defense ministry, the Chinese J-15 intermittently tracked two Japan Air Self-Defense Force F-15 jets on December 6. Officials noted that these radar contacts represented a serious escalation in aerial confrontations in the region. The first radar lock reportedly lasted about 3 minutes after 4:30 p.m. local time. During that time, Japanese pilots conducted evasive maneuvers to ensure safety and prevent potential miscalculation. Roughly 2 hours later, the Chinese jet locked its radar once again, this time maintaining contact for nearly 30 minutes. That unusually long duration deeply alarmed defense analysts monitoring the increasingly assertive Chinese flight activity. Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi confirmed that Japanese fighter jets had scrambled in response to what appeared to be a possible airspace violation. He emphasized that Japan remains vigilant against any incursions that threaten the nation's sovereignty or safety. Koizumi made these remarks during a joint appearance alongside his Australian counterpart, Richard Marles, amplifying shared regional concerns about China's expanding military footprint and assertive tactics. Yesterday, there were two incidents in which Chinese military aircraft directed their radars at Japan Self-Defense Force aircraft. Such actions are dangerous and go beyond what is necessary for the safe operation of aircraft. We lodged a strong protest with the Chinese side and firmly demanded that such incidents not be repeated. In the discussions on regional affairs during our meeting, the situation regarding China and Taiwan was also addressed. In that context, we once again expressed our grave concern over the situation in the East China Sea and the South China Sea, and reaffirmed our strong opposition to any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo by force or coercion. Tokyo later stressed that there had been no violation of Japan's airspace, and that no injuries or damage were reported as a result of the radar locks. Officials still described the events as highly provocative and destabilizing. Japan added that the Chinese J-15 involved was launched from the aircraft carrier Liaoning, marking one of the first close encounters between carrier-based Chinese fighters and Japanese patrol missions. The Liaoning was operating south of the Okinawa Islands, maneuvering with 3 missile destroyers in what appeared to be a coordinated naval exercise. Analysts believe the operation was intended to project Chinese naval power near Japan's southwestern flank. Meanwhile, China accused Japan's aircraft of repeatedly approaching and disrupting its naval training activities. Beijing framed the events as defensive in nature, asserting its right to safeguard military drills within what it claims as its operating zone. Experts note that a fire control radar lock is considered one of the most threatening acts during aerial confrontations. Such an action signals that a missile could be launched at any moment, leaving the targeted aircraft no choice but to take evasive action. This incident is widely believed to be the first reported radar lock between Japanese and Chinese aircraft, setting a worrying precedent for future encounters in contested airspace. Earlier, tensions had already been rising at sea, as Chinese and Japanese vessels faced off near the disputed Jeoyu, known in Japan as the Senkaku Islands. China accused a Japanese fishing boat of illegally entering the waters surrounding what it calls the Jeoyu Islands, according to a report by BBC. Japan, on the other hand, said it rushed patrol ships after 2 Chinese Coast Guard vessels entered its territorial waters near the Senkas, calling China's version of events misleading and provocative. These exchanges come amid worsening Japan-China relations, aggravated further by comments from Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi about Taiwan's security and Japan's potential role in a crisis. Prime Minister Takaichi stated that a military attack by China on Taiwan could create what she described as a survival-threatening situation for Japan, highlighting Tokyo's commitment to regional security. In response, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang said Takaichi's remarks crossed a red line, accusing Japan of meddling in China's internal affairs and demanding that she retract her comments immediately. Beijing fiercely criticized the Japanese leader, insisting that Japan respect China's sovereignty and cease issuing statements that challenge Beijing's policy on Taiwan. Yet Japan's Prime Minister refused to withdraw or modify the remarks, asserting that Tokyo's position on Taiwan remained consistent and in line with its long-standing diplomacy. On December 3, Takaichi reiterated that Japan understands and respects China's stance on Taiwan, signaling a careful attempt to balance assertive defense rhetoric with cautious diplomatic engagement.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.